Diggs the Molekim said that the eruption of Mount Cloudbreak is one of the most spectacular displays of magic in all of Skylands. He also theorized that staring at it for too long might actually cause severe blindness. No one really knows where the strange army of Greebles actually comes from. Many believe that they simply hatch from colored eggs. But for a relatively affordable fee, power-hungry wizards and sorcerers can order them by the dozen in the Minions monthly catalog. Sometimes they'll even throw in a free hat. Whenever magic is performed in Skylands, there is often a little extra left over, which eventually ends up in the Cloudbreak Islands. There, the ancient elementals absorb the magic and save it until it is time to release it back into the world with the eruption of Mount Cloudbreak. It's like magic recycling. For thousands of years, the Stone Guardian, more commonly known as the Grave Monkey, has stood watch over the robot cemetery. It is often seen stomping on pesky robots that are attempting to rise from the grave, and sometimes it can even be seen eating large bananas. For a brief time, hats made entirely of glass were all the rage in Skylands. This prompted the king of the desert to spend his entire fortune constructing the largest one ever seen. After several unfortunate accidents, glass hats were all deemed illegal and banned from Skylands. But the one in Ironjaw Gulch remains to this day. There is a famous saying in Skylands, one Mabu's trash is another Mabu's treasure. Perhaps that's why Sharpfin, the Baron of Motleyville, is rumored to be the wealthiest person in the Cloudbreak Islands. It is said that there is no junk he would not accept, as long as he could sell it back to you for 3 times its value. For thousands of years, fire vipers have been the preferred minion for dark portal masters everywhere. Other favorites have included the Hydra, the Sand Serpent, the Two-Headed Spider, and the less popular One-Legged Spider. The fossilized frozen remains of the prehistoric creatures of Skylands are on display in the outdoor Frost Elf Museum. Miniature replicas of these great wonders were once available for purchase in the gift shop, but that too is now frozen beneath the ice. Many years ago, the Winter Keep fell under a curse that made it midnight for all eternity. Luckily, the Skylander Whirlwind came to the rescue. She enchanted a crystal horn called the Illuminator, which brought permanent daylight to the Frost Elves. Of course, now the elves never know when it's time for bed. Each year, the Yetis of the Frostfest Mountains host a festival to celebrate the eruption of Mount Cloudbreak. Unfortunately, no one ever told them that the eruption occurs only once every 100 years. But since they wouldn't be able to see it through the never-ending blizzard anyway, no harm is done. There are many who think it is unwise for tree men to volunteer for the Skylands Firefighter Squad. It is certainly dangerous, but far better than joining the Lumberjacks Guild or the Wood Carving Association. The top-secret experimental laboratory section of Chaos's Fortress is responsible for many of the unusual oddities found in Skylands. While most of its resources are dedicated to the creation of strange monsters, there is a fair amount that goes towards the manufacturing of a magical ointment that Chaos hopes will one day grow his hair back. The Platinum Sheep is a monument to the legendary sheep Ba-La the Fluffy. Sheep from all over will gather when this monument appears in the hopes that it will turn their wool into cotton candy. The cogs and gears within the clock tower move in perfect unison to keep all things in Skylands moving forward. Of course, this means that playing with the clock face can cause time to move backwards, and on the rare and uncomfortable occasion, sideways. The enchanted pool in the center of Woodborough was once a very popular swimming spot. But it has been off-limits ever since Haldor the Wizard dove underwater and claimed he was transported to another world. Before going to the volcano to replenish the magic in Skylands, the ancient elementals gather in Woodborough in front of the Great Hollow, not to be confused with the Under Hollow, which is for fishing.